let's now reflect on this game here. Immortals are going to be up 7-6, up in the series 1-0. Gaskin, I cannot stress enough how big of a game and how big of a tournament this is for 100 Thieves, because they have kind of just been the talk of the town. I know everyone was kind of joking on Sentinels, but with Hiko's fan base and everything, and it was Sentinels rise, now there's no more of that. Sentinels are a top contender. We were expecting the same for 100 Thieves, but they're going up against Immortals, who are a phenomenal squad.
Yeah, and I mean, a 13-1 is an absolute statement, if you ask me, and now it's 8-6 here as we join late on in this game. And I mean, I'm glad we have been able to jump into it, if I'm completely honest, Alex, because a game like this should be on the biggest stage, and we should be able to watch it. You're right, though, 100 Thieves, like, there's been a lot of talk about them, but not necessarily for the right reasons. Like, they haven't been excelling as many people expected them to do so after this roster was built. Just looking across the compositions quickly, I mean, Valiant playing Viper here on Bind. Some decent one-ways, again, that you can utilize, especially on defense, but they've already had that experience now, and instead we're going to see, well, how things go on the attacking side.
So, on the roster right now, I believe Immortals have brought in Dicey in place of Bjor. If I'm correct. JC Stani did take a seat when Thief stepped into the roster. Thief now playing for Mix-Up. And I'm not quite sure what the methodology was for replacing Bjor on this team, or just bringing in Dicey in general. But I know that this is an organization that's kind of like doing things differently in comparison to other teams. It's more of the tryout system. And even though, like, you're on the roster, you still very much have to fight for your spot, evidently, which can create a rather competitive environment, allowing players to really shine and push themselves even further. Now, Hiko on site, JC Stani does have this angle on him, and in a second will actually run right in. Shots connect, but no, Hiko, even though it goes down to 63 HP, will end up getting the kill. So B-site's going to be wide open, allowing the spike now to be able to rotate over toward that B site, and the three members of Immortals will have to march their way across on the defender side.
At least it's a 3 versus 3, so it's not too detrimental for the retake. But it is going to be a tough angle coming from that defensive spawn. Venerated is just going to be comfortably watching elbow with an op as well. So this is not going to be easy to actually retake this site. They're going to have to try and force their way onto the site, but it looks like we're going to see some sort of arrows, some sort of maybe shock darts coming out from the Sova here to try and do something. No. And Gangster's been able to gain that information. Venerated gets the trade, and now Venerated is in a good spot to stop this. Valiant is going to be the closest point of contact, as we're going to have to see a shift in momentum, but momentum favoring Venerated here with the op, and time running out for Immortals. So 100 Thieves will put one on the board here and make this 7-8 in this second half.
Within one for 100 Thieves. So yeah, it is Bjor that is out of the roster here. Superstar player Asuna going to be taking up some of the reins alongside Dicey, playing the Jet for them. Hiko also on Omen, which and they're going to have your boy Dre covering on the Raze role. This will be a challenging matchup. This I do want to also be very clear, like, if I was looking at this on the prediction front, I would have said that Immortals beat 100 Thieves. Like, I'm sorry to all the 100 Thieves fans out there. I'm sorry to all the Hiko fans out there, but Immortals are a great team. They've had some appearances, I think like 1 or 2 in grand finals in the past. They've contended against top teams before. They're a great squad. So it shouldn't be a shocker to anyone to see Immortals playing as well as they are right now, Gaskin.
Yeah, I mean, Immortals have now shown us that they are really a squad that we can't take lightly. And when they're in a group with FaZe and China Wen and 100 Thieves, I mean, you do look at it and you say, okay, well, who realistically are going to be the two? And my questions aren't really about Immortals. My questions are about 100 Thieves and FaZe and how they're going to be performing, because they're the ones who are going to have those big question marks above them, whereas Immortals have been established as a team who can get to those latter stages. Is stages of tournaments. There's some big shots coming out from your boy Dre, but JC Stanley now is there with 2, make that 3, almost 4. Pride finally shuts down the JC Stanley train.
Yeah, they had to end that one before it got a little out of hand. Asana's going to be playing over here by Hookah, 2 players on the outside, but Venerated stuffs him with the op. Now it's just Asana, the superstar player here for Immortals. Gets 1. Now needs to get this 2nd kill. Doesn't have a blast packs to work with, though does find the Sova. So it's a 1v1, a game of chicken here. The arrow's been played out. He can actually play around it. Oh, man, and Venerated shot the arrow. He had to take his gun out, and he used that time, Asuna, to be able to make ground and manages to get that round win for Immortals.
See that mistake being made so many times in Valorant of people trying to use their utility in 1v1 scenarios when they'd be better off just focusing on their aim. Like, just hold an angle with the op there and hope for the best. I feel like he gave Asuna the chance to win that round by firing that, because as soon as it was fired, he knew that he wasn't going to be scoped in with the op, and he was able to push comfortably. And now Immortals put another one back on the round, on the board. They reset 100 Thieves economy. So it'll be 9-7 and should be 10-7, meaning only 3 away from taking this series here.
So go back to your previous point, though, Gaskin. You are 100% right. I don't look at this group and say, like, oh, yeah, you know, Immortals are going to have a hard time coming out of it. Like, no, not at all. This is a stand-up team. Now they're going to need to be able to hold off this attack here. Hunter's Fury, but just clean. And it is going to be a save round. 400 Thieves. Only player left alive was Venerated, so they'll end that. You were right. You called it. You said realistically it's 10-7. And 100 Thieves knew that as well. They used the Hunter's Fury in that round, hoping that they were going to be able to get some kind of value from it. Maybe pull away a gun from the opposition, get them to spend. But no, that does not end up happening. And now we're going to be in a dangerous territory for the 100 Thieves.
Yeah, 100 Thieves had all 5 ultimates up, so I think they just looked at all of them and said, okay, which one is something we can actually expend here and get rid of and give us a chance in this eco round, and it was the Hunter's Fury in the end. But now, 100 Thieves with 4 ults to work with, they have to make something of this round, otherwise their economy is going to be reset yet again. So I'm expecting Showstopper to be popped, maybe as an entry, but you can walk straight into an op. Hiko gets legged. Could go back and get heals, but you see the aggression with Asuna firing down the grenade to try and clean up that kill. The Viper's Pit is going to be popped over towards A site as well.
Interesting use of that, but actually ends up getting called out, so has to bail from the Viper's Pit. The smoke integrity, though, will stay up for a while. So the Viper will be okay. Watch out, though. Watch out for that paranoia. The moment they try and push, Dicey could punish. There goes the paranoia now. Nice shot. Dicey read that. They knew exactly what they wanted, and they got it with that paranoia.
What can we see from this Viper's Pit, though? Valiant is having to push out of it to try and gain some information here. Smoke integrity is, of course, going to stay up long enough, ever since that was one of the changes that made Viper a little bit more viable in competitive Valorant, but all 4 have rotated now from Immortals from the B side to the A side. There is going to be one who just scatters back as a, hey guys, just wait, what happens if they are still there? Viper still stays alive. Valiant has done his job now and can just communicate that to the rest of the team. This is go. They need to push onto the site and get that spike down ASAP.
Hunter's Fury is out on the opposite side. The defenders looking to just fend them off, but the spike has been planted. Dicey, though, is going to be good for 1. Headshot on Pride now. Venerated answers back in turn. Valiant hears that blast pack go off. They know that Asuna is going to be lurking around here, but watch out from around the flank, and Asuna is going to charge right inside of here. Oh no, it's all come apart, fall into pieces. Venerated is going to be the last player left alive. They're tagging it, just trying to tell him, hey, they're going to be here. This is where you need to be if any smoke is going to be out, but Asuna has the angle, does manage to get the shot off. And that will be a half plant and a completion for Immortals. Asuna rolled around the cart, got over to the lamps area, and just put the pressure right onto 100 Thieves. Hiko was caught looking at whatever things that Omen has in his hands, whatever darkness he has. That had to hurt.
Just the tears of enemies, that's what he holds. But Unfortunately,
maybe his own tears, because
Yeah,
it ain't going that great right now.
No, 11-7 and 100 Thieves are looking to try and do something here to rescue this, but it's going to be another eco round, and Pride is going to have Orbital Strike available to him if he wants to use it. Of course, Orbital Strike can be used to try and force players out of a certain area. It's great for doing onto lamps, and there goes the Orbital Strike onto lamps. Do they connect with it? No, they don't, and now here comes Showstopper to maybe try and do something in showers.
They had to clear these corners. The rocket's out, and it's good. Kohler goes down. Now with this drone, they're looking to get some angles and some vision. One located inside of the lamps area. JC Stani lurking outside, but wait a minute. Asuna responding with one of his own, looking to fly in there. Oh, gets two. What a play from Asuna now. Valiate, along with the Sova, inside of the lamps area here, but as your boy Dre pushes forward, he tries to be able to even the score here. JC Stani now going to be dealing with just one member, and it was Valiate, and this is going to put Immortals at match point, series point.
I mean, it's always good after seeing so many failed Raze ultimates throughout, like, the first couple of games to then see someone absolutely nail it, like, perfectly right between the two players. I mean, yeah, okay, it was an eco round for 100 Thieves, but still, when you're putting that pressure and you're just, like, ejecting yourself that quickly onto site, it can be difficult sometimes to react. I know people will be saying, but Showstopper's an easy ultimate. Well, it is, but at the same time, we've seen so much failure today. It's just a breath of fresh air for someone finally hitting a rocket or two. Now it's 12-7, and Immortals in touching distance of taking this series. And for 100 Thieves, they have to play some pretty flawless Valorant if they're going to get back into this.
Not impossible, but it will be challenging. No ultimates on either side. Need to be careful about those paranoias that go out. And the dark cover is actually going to help out 100 Thieves as they disengage from Belong. If they were going to go for that play, you don't really want to give them an opportunity to hide away there. That paranoia play has worked out for them a few times. Inside of Garden will be JC Stani. I think one kill should be good. Oh no, will get called out. Had to actually direct his aim over to the other side, but JC Stani. Oh my goodness gracious. Heartbreak for 100 Thieves. Match point for Immortals. Valiate's going to be deep inside of the A site. The Brimstone has the spike, and now they make their way and put their attention toward A, but Valiate needs to make something happen here. And I think may have actually gotten it called out there by Kohler, who has Valiate dead to rights. This is not looking good. The Viper's going to be dangerously weak. Pride has no point but to try and either bait or get this spike down. Flying up above is going to be Pride. One player left alive. It's Valiate. Valiate dips out. And there are really no other legitimate options here. Exactly, this is it. Everyone knows exactly where Valiate's going to be. It's only a matter of time before this round ends, and Immortals will win 2-0 against 100.